जुग चारे धन जय भवै बिन सतगुर सोहाग न होई राम। हुक्मनामा श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब, पेज 769-770, अंग 769-770, सूही महला तीजा। जुग चारे धन जय भवै बिन सतगुर सोहाग न होई राम। नेचल राज सदा हर केरा तिस बिन अवर न कोई राम। तिस बिन अवर न कोई सदा सच सोई गुरमुख एको जानिया। तन फिर मेलावा होआ गुरमति मन मानिया। सतगुर मिलिया तां हर पाया बिन हर नामै मुक्त न होई। नानक कामनी कंतै रावै मन मानिए सुख होई। Sui Mahalla third. Just as a stream of water runs down the mountains to go and merge in the ocean, the original source of its existence, similarly in Sikh faith a human soul's main desire is to unite and merge in its primal source, God. Guruji compares this desire of the soul to a young human bride who always longs to get and remain united with her groom. In this Shabad, using this metaphor of the bride, Guruji describes from whom one must seek guidance, what other steps one needs to take for meeting God, that is one's groom, and then what kinds of blessings such a human bride enjoys. Guruji says, "Oh my friends, even if the bride soul wanders around for all the 4 ages without the guidance of the true Guru, her union with the groom God doesn't take place. Always unchangeable is the rule of God, and without whom there is not another. Yes, there is no other except Him, that God Himself is always there, and a Guru-following soul has recognized only that one as her true spouse. When through Guru's instruction, her mind accepts this truth, union between the bride soul and the groom God takes place. But only when the bride soul has met the true Guru and acted on his advice, she has obtained God and realized that without meditating on the God's name, salvation is not obtained. O Nanak, if the mind is convinced about meditation on God's name, then the bride soul enjoys peace." Para 1. सतगुर सेव थन बालड़िए हर वर पावै सोई राम। सदा होवै सोहागनी फिर मैला वेस न होई राम। फिर मैला वेस न होई गुरमुख बूझै कोई हाँ मैं मार पछानिया। करनी कार कमावै शब्द समावै अंतर एको जानिया। गुरमुख प्रभु रावे दिन राती अपना साची शोभा होई। नानक कामनी पिर रावे अपना रव रेहा प्रभ सोई. Now, as if addressing us in the metaphor of a human brides, Guruji says, "O ignorant bride soul, serve the true Guru by acting on his advice so that you may obtain that God as your groom. Then you would become eternally wedded wife so that, as per Hindu custom, your dress would never be soiled like that of a widow. Yes, your dress would never be soiled because you would never be separated from your groom. But only a rare one has understood this secret by following the path shown by the Guru, and stilling her ego has recognized God. Such a bride soul does the righteous deed of meditating on God's name, remains absorbed in the word of the Guru, and within her mind she has recognized the one God. The Guru-following bride soul meditates on her God day and night and obtains eternal glory. O Nanak, in this way, the bride soul enjoys the company of her spouse who is pervading everywhere." Para 2. गुर की कार करे थन बालड़िए हर वरदे मिलाए राम। हर कै रंग रती है कामनी मिल प्रीतम सुख पाए राम। मिल प्रीतम सुख पाए सच समाए सच वरतै सब थाई सच्चा सिगार करे दिन राती कामनी सच समाई हर सुख दाता शब्द पछाता कामनी लिया कंठ लाए नानक महली महल पछाने गुरमति हर पाए. Continuing his advice to the human soul, Guruji says, O young bride, do what the Guru tells you. He would get you united with your spouse God. The bride soul who is imbued with the love of God enjoys peace upon meeting her beloved. Yes, she obtains bliss on meeting her beloved, and she merges in the eternal God who is forever pervading everywhere. Day and night she decks herself with the everlasting decoration of virtues, and that bride soul remains absorbed in the remembrance of the eternal God. In this way, through the Guru's word, the bride soul has recognized giver of peace, and she has embraced him to her bosom. In short, O Nanak, the bride soul recognizes mention of God, the Master, and by following Guru's instruction is united with God. Para 3. साथन बाली धुर मेली मेरा प्रभ आप मिलाई राम गुरमति कट चानन होआ प्रभ रव रे आ सब थाई राम प्रभ रव रे हा सब थाई मन वसाई पूर्व लिखिया पाया से सुखाली मेरे प्रभ भानी सच सिगार बनाया कामनी निर्मल हाँ मैं मल खोई गुरमति सच सुमाई नानक आप मिलाई करता नाम नवै निध पाई. Para 4-3-4. Lest any person who succeeds in meeting God may entertain any kind of egoistic thoughts, Guruji concludes this Shabad by saying, O my friends, the young bride soul whom God has united with himself, he has so preordained in her destiny from the very beginning. Through Guru's instruction, her mind has been illuminated with this divine wisdom that God is pervading everywhere. She enshrines that all-pervading God in her mind and has thus obtained what was preordained for her. The bride who has decked the couch of her heart with the true decoration of virtues looks pleasing to my God, and the bed of her heart has become delightful. In this way, the soul bride, who by following Guru's instruction is absorbed in the name of the eternal God, sheds the dirt of ego from her within and becomes immaculate. O Nanak, the Creator himself has united her with him. She has obtained God's name as if she has obtained all the 9 treasures of happiness. Para 4-3-4. The message of this Shabad is that we cannot obtain union with God without following the advice of the true Guru. Only through Guru's instruction we are able to shed our ego and make our mind immaculate. Then by following Guru's advice and decorating ourselves with true merits, we become pleasing to God and worthy of uniting with Him. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. SGGS, page 769-770. Thank you.